It's a quick Sunday video today because when I changed the buttons on the other Switch 2 Joy-Cons, people left a bunch of comments about there being another way that's pretty easy to customize these Joy-Cons without having to tear them completely down, which ended up being a whole thing. But here there's a way to change out some plastics on the outside and customize it a bit with these things. Now, I saw these on AliExpress, and they were, each box is about $7 basically. There's some shipping involved, but just about $7. And it appears it's just sort of the plastics on the outside that'll change the colors. So you get sort of this accent color on the outside here to maybe match the inside, but it would be visible when you have it even attached to, say, your Switch 2 or any other grips or accessories, which I thought would be kind of interesting. And it's a good, just easy, kind of beginner level modification that I know some people ask for at times when I do some of the more in-depth things. So that's what I'm gonna check out today to see how these turn out, if they fit okay, and how they look. So if you guys enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Now this modification reminds me of what you can do with the PS5 DualSense controller, where you can change this black plastic piece out to any color at this point. They're all over Amazon, it's easy to get, and I did a video just showcasing that. This just pops off, a new one goes on. So what I'm thinking is maybe over time we'll get all kinds of different colors for this, especially on Amazon where it's very easy to just order and have it shipped in. But I got two just in case I want to do another set of Joy-Cons at some point down the road. It looks like they have them though lined up here, as you would expect. I feel like most people, if they order now, would want to keep these the same on either side. So I don't know if you would want blue on this side and sort of the reddish orange on this side, but that's kind of how they have it set up, at least for now, because I didn't see any other ones necessarily, like different colors, maybe a red or a purple or green. It seems like this is what we have right now, but down the road, I'm sure more will come. Oh, look at this. They have a little spudger. So you do get a spudger, which is good, because otherwise I would have to try to tell you to use a fingernail to get under there, or a playing card, or a credit card, a gift card or something. And that can be kind of annoying because this is quite flush. So it can be kind of challenging to get under there without damaging the plastic around it. So we have our blue, we have our reddish neon color here, and then we have our adhesive strips, which is good because so when you take these off, you'll notice that it has some adhesive on, I believe, this side, and that's just to make sure it's as firm as possible against the side of the Joy-Con. So we'll see how this matches up. So my recommendation is to start at the top here. It's pretty easy to get underneath, and then we just kind of work around. Once you get one clip up, we do have the opposite side here has that adhesive, which you can see already starting to lift up. So I'm just going to work around this side, and then it'll just start to free itself pretty easily. And then you should have it just separate completely. Now, the adhesive strips, we can see, they just have them set up on the top. So we can just about match that, I think, with a number of adhesive strips we have here. Yes, and we'll do that now with the new one. Now, they do give you more than you need here. That's fine. I just went ahead and put adhesive strips just about all the way up the side and then down and around the curve here. So now I should just be able to press this on here, and there we go. Now it looks like you want to put maybe an extra bit of adhesive at the top here. That seems to be where it wants to kind of peel away more than anything. But for the most part, it looks pretty flush now that I'm looking around the bottom part here. It's a different texture. It absolutely is. You can see it's a little shinier. So it doesn't have the same kind of matte finish that this one does. Just gonna do the blue one real quick to match it. So my advice is to get one of these adhesive strips up here as high as you can. Right, like almost right to the edge of this spot if possible. Even double up on adhesive strips right here. Again, that seems to be where it's most likely to try to lift away from the Joy-Con. Yeah, adding the extra adhesive strips to the blue at the top and the bottom here definitely seem to make a difference. It seems much more solid, so I might actually go back, take this off, and add an extra adhesive strip at the top and then at the bottom. There's actually a good spot right here between the clips that really grabs at the bottom, so I think I'm gonna do that for this one now. All right, and there's our finished product. We have the accents on the outside to match underneath the joysticks, but then also the inner part of the Joy-Con with that railing. And I think it really shows through when you have it attached to the system, since that whole Joy-Con railing is mostly hidden except for a very thin line of it here that you kind of see between the body of the system and the Joy-Con. But when you have this on the outside here, and the color matches very, very well. Like it is very close. Might be kind of hard to tell on camera, but it is It's might be off by a touch, but it is super close. And I think for the most part, it looks pretty stock. I don't know if you would you'd be able to pick this out as like an aftermarket piece, unless you were really familiar with the Switch 2. I think it looks pretty good. It also doesn't feel weird or anything, since that is going to be a part that's just in your palm, like sitting in your palm when you're holding it. It doesn't feel off or anything. It's a different texture, but it's a texture that kind of, I would say, grips a bit better even. But the whole grip of the Switch 2 is a conversation for another day at that point. However, pretty good mod. And I do wonder if this was purple or like Mario Red or something, if that would still work. I think the reason it works well like this is because we're so used to seeing this blue or this like neon red orange with the Switch 2. But if this was just a completely different color and it was off or even clashing with what we have here with the Joy-Con underneath the joystick or the railing, if that would still work, you'd probably just have to change those colors completely, like all the way around. The whole thing would probably have to change, and that would be an entire thing to deal with. So I think for now, a fun, easy mod for somebody who wants to customize their Switch 2 a bit and make it more unique than the average system you're going to find out in the wild. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below with this modification. I think it's pretty cool. It's cheap, and you get a spudger out of it, so there's that. But it being about $7, you do have to go on AliExpress currently to find them. However, this seems like something that will start to show up, I figure, on places like Amazon here pretty quickly, especially with how things went with the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller and that modification. Those are all over Amazon. They popped up pretty quick after a couple months of being mostly on places like AliExpress, so I guess keep an eye out if they're not already up there by the time you're seeing this video. And let me know what you guys think about this one down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.